Hello, Digidestins. This is Kyle D, better known as Ride My Avatar, bringing you some Digimon content. Today's Digimon content is 1.5's Multicolor series. Again, we go over multicolors as normally being Rookie Rush, Mega Zoo, but there's also a bunch of other options we can go into with these weird color combinations because, again, we gain like Silvamon and Shikakumon, both being able to count as both colors on the board, allowing you to now mix and match where you need them to be. And now you can run multicolors because now you're now not you a part of your deck can now be counting as two, and sooner or later, once we get more and more, and as you can see with set 4 and set 5, we proceed to add more multicolor class Silphamon, and then for red, going into yellow, being Rise Greymon, giving us now a wider span of play, I'm going to say. So guys, let's dive right in real quick into the showcase, and let's start it off. So first off, this is our security heal, pretty much, options. Like, this is basically putting option cards into your option zone and healing and just constantly keeping threats in the board just to annoy your opponent. This drags out a lot of the time. Again, I know you probably expected Rookie Rush first off, but I figure, yeah, we'll save those for like the middle and stuff like that just so you guys can see. I figure give you a little option to think about. Like, first off, we run Cubimon because Security 5, we're going to be constantly going up to it just to keep us at that range, so it doesn't matter. Cubimon will keep drawing us cards. Salmon is, I feel so bad for her. Like, tragic backstory for this little girl. And then, boom, has to sacrifice her life every single time to to pretty much hit everything she needs to do. So again, like, sacrificing yourself for everything is just ridiculous. I feel bad. Like, you shouldn't have to sacrifice your life to do this. Then we play Promo Patamon because if you have one of your security trigger recovery +1 on play. So again, we're recovering even if we're going down. And then we play a couple of the security Digimon because the fact of the matter is that we want to be able to use them and then call them out and then have just these weird gimmicky ways of calling Digimon out for another swing or two because, again, our opponent can't always play the wide board, and constantly having Digimon come in and out of security just because they can is ridiculous to some players. Then we have Aquiliamon for basically the same reason as the Greymon virus. Then we have Silphamon, who I was talking about earlier, saying this Digimon is treated as yellow, so she can be played in both decks, and changing the original DP of one of your opponent's Digimon level 4 or lower to 1,000. Really good skill. There are limitations, so you got to take that into account. Then we do play Magna Angemon for the on-play put recovery. So again, we're having a decent amount of target of recovery just to even go up plus further. It can be really annoying because hard casting him even on turn 1 is never bad. Then we have Seraphamon for recovery. When digivolving, you just instantly heal, so you're going to digivolve over Magna Angemon to do this, and while you have 3 or more security, this Digimon gains security +1. Again, it will die a little bit easier, but then we have Magnadron for the fact of the matter is, again, TK Kari kind of combo. You kind of see these two kind of go hand in hand because, again, 3, you're instantly up at 5 now. Now we have Shield of the Just. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 or less DP. If you have a red tamer in play, which is why we play a cheap tie, it's now 8,000. So that now kills pretty much ultimates down. And instead of having just to kill rookies and stuff like that, it's really good. Then we have Gaia Force to delete one of our opponent's Digimon. Lightning Paws in here for the fact of the matter is to kill rookie rushers. Because again, -4 DP for 3 is just really good. Then we have Eden's Javelin because, again, most of our stuff will either come to hand and we only have to play 1 card per turn, or security will go off to prevent our opponent from doing things. So again, we're going to draw a minus for every card in our hand. It's just ridiculous. Then we have Seven's Heavens for the 1,000 DP. So really good. They all activate, all in security. So again, we have a wide variety of activation in security. Then we have tie all your Digimon game plus 1000. Not bad. Then we have TK, the MVP of the deck, being able to keep us memory at 3, but also to look into our security and change stuff around if we need to. So, definitely. This card also can be grabbed on TK and counted because your turn, this Digimon is treated as a yellow Digimon. So, definitely take that into account. So now let's go into everybody's pride and joy, Rookie Rush. Rookie Rush gained a lot of support, and I mean a lot of support. And the fact of the matter is they gain Vmon, who is jamming, so now they don't die as easily. And then we have Oruma for not dying to Volcandramons, basically. And we also got Betamon in this form, too. So again, we gained 5Ks that are really good. So we play Upamon because drawing with blue is still really good. We have Electmons because they're cheap to play. Gobblemon because playing it you draw a card. Betamon's in here because it's a 1 cost, so we can damage memory deny our opponent really effectively until they play a Memory Tamer. Then we have 2 Gobblemons. I talked about the 4 Vmons. Mushroomons in here for cheap evolution on top of nothing. But again, you're just going to hard play them anyway. Then we have Gorillamon in here for Gorillamon plays because, again, there are a bunch of cards like Shikakumon and stuff like that. And pretty much, what is it? There's Shikakumon and then Volcandramon coming down still exists, and the Lightning Paws. Again, you want to just be able to play around our opponent's weirdness. Next, we have XVmon. Unspend one of your level 4 or lower Digimon. So again, being able to Digivolve into him, and you could restand him, or you can restand the Vmon, anything like that. Again, instantly pushes it to more threat because a Vmon restanding with jamming means that's 2 cards gone with that could not really do anything to it. Then we have Vegemon for the sake of evolution of the greens. Then we have Puppetmon, because Puppetmon is still a staple in any Rookie Rush deck because, again, being able to lock your opponent out of their deck is just so important. Then we have Ray of Victory. Return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to their hand. Trash all Digi-Evolution cards from that Digimon. And then if you have a blue Tamer in play, unsuspend one of your Digimon. So if our opponent is going to play heavy hitters or blockers when they're at 0 just to stop us, well, now that blocker didn't really mean anything because we're going to restand that Gorillamon and swing in again. So, again, this is where Ray of Victory shines a little bit just to give us a little more oomph. And then we have neither player's Digimon can be deleted in battle for the turn. So, if we have to stop the fighting, add this card to your hand. Definitely a 2 cost cheap to make sure that if our Digimon have to be fighting blockers or anything like that, or going into battle in any way, shape, or form, they don't die. We have Hammer Spark because Hammer Spark is god tier, and now Positon Laser makes it into the deck, so up to your opponent's Digimon can't attack or block until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then if you have a blue Digimon in play, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to its owner's hand. So that's how that goes. And then it's got a security effect that it just pretty much says they can't attack for the turn. So that's all that changes. Again, slight variables in text. And then we have Davis because, again, we can hit the Gobblemons, the Puppetmons, everybody into our hand because now our deck is kind of blue-green. So Davis just becomes so well diverse and playable that it's not even funny. Just playing him, you're plussing to almost a lot of the time. So, again, that's what Rookie Rush is becoming. A very unique deck, and most people do not like playing against this. Next, here is my version of Mega Zoo. So Mega Zoo really got some nice support, and the fact of the matter is it has Ultra S, Omnimons, and Ragnar Lordmon. So, again, with the abilities to cap out on this deck, skyrocketing, it's not even funny what it can do. And you get to do a lot of crazy stuff with it. So Upamon's in here for the fact of the matter is we have to stop fighting. Neither player's Digimon can be deleted in battle this turn. Again, we don't mind because we do have piercing. If I remember correctly, it deletes a Digimon. So again, it doesn't cause that battle, but it's fine. Being able to survive a battle with a big Digimon sometimes, or with the yellow gaining security pluses because it is a battle, if I remember correctly, you do survive. So blocker Wargreymon is in here for the fact of matter. He's a big beefy blocker. Craniumon's in here to protect our blockers because again, people can play Gaia Forces and stuff like that. At least with Craniumon on the board, we have a threat target that is either you remove Craniumon first or you got to take care of you don't take care of the Ragnalordmon because Ragnalordmon's just going to keep swinging with security plus ones or, just keep hurting you so badly. And then you have Bryoludamon, and then you have Doranamon in here for the combo with Ragnalordmon to be able to be free cost, or you could just Digivolve on top of with Alter S with Bryoludamon, and boom, you're all set and ready to go. There's not much you can do against it, and it's just scary to play against. Metal Seadramon's in here to bounce 2 level 4 or lower to their hand. Trash all evolutions. Then you have Puppetmon. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon during the next unsuspend phase. None of your opponent's Digimon unsuspends, just to be limiting our opponent. We have Volcandramon in here because Rookie Rush wiping is needed. We play it at 2. Doranamon's in here for piercing. Phoenixmon's in here for a cheap cost 10 drop for Omnimons. And then if we need recovery, we play Magnadramon. Then we have Ragnalordmon here for because security and reboot, just constantly standing back up. He's really hard to kill. And then we have Omnimon in here just because Omnimon is just a great board wipe. Then we have Alter S if they Digivolve everything and then make it unblockable for the turn, return one of our level 6s to hand. You can get that final lethal in that you really do need. Sometimes that's all you need to do is just get that final push turn. And then, like I said, we have to stop the fighting is in here just to do this. But you can always put in, like, anything. These are, like, a 5 cards interchangeable color slot. So you can play any color option you want and any starter just so they both flip up and you have access to this card. So, and then Gaia Force is always going to be trying to be in your security. And then basically because we are on a massive red pool, we are fine to be able to play Gaia Force with no issue. Next here is Black Blue. So Upamon's in here for the draw power, but we also have Gabumon in here for draw power. We also play Vmon here just because, again, Vmon's really good because jamming, and jamming's just amazing. We also play our Magnadramons in here with Angeroidmon just to do wacky stuff. Again, blocker, cheap cost plays. Then we also have Jeromon because making our Digimon a little bit beefier on our opponent's turn is just really good. Then we also have Rajludumon just for the Digivolution if you're at level 7, which is our Millenniumon. Then we have Infirmon because on play, trigger the evolution because we're going to use it to pull out with Kaiser Nail. Then we also do have blocker killers with Skull Greymon. Then we have Hyandromon. Then we have Black War Greymon because we all know he's blocker reboot. He's constantly blocking stuff. Here is Crest Garudamon. So again, reboot and reveal one of your opponent's top of their deck for each of your opponent's Digimon in play. So against Rookie Rush, you can play a bunch of level 5s, which is half our deck underneath here that we get out for free. Play them without paying its memory cost. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck. You can play 1. So again, not bad being able to look at the top of your deck, cycle and filter. Really good, I gotta say. Then we have Craniumon in here for blocker benefits because again, we play Androidmon and Wargreymon. We make it so they have to prioritize trying to kill Craniumon in some way, shape, or form, or else it's just going to be nearly impossible to kill the 2 blockers. Then we have Millenniumon here for evolutioning up. So again, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of their deck, and then if this card had no Digi-Evolutions, buy this card, trash the without memory, paying its memory cost, so you can keep calling them back and refiltering. And now let's talk about Kaiser Nail. Choose a Digimon Digivolution card placed under one of your Digimon and play it as another Digimon without paying its cost. So again, this is where Infernmon comes in, Skull Greymon, or even Androidmon, just to grab it and just play it on the field, because then you have resources for Millenniummon or Digivolving up the next turn for 4, which is really good. 1-for-1 tradings are really nice in this game. You want to take advantage of those when you can. Next, here is like a very interesting list. It is more focused, similar to the first list I showed off, by recovering and stuff like that, putting memory back and just security, all this fun jazz. So first off, we play Koromon for Gaia Force here, because again, we want to use Gaia Force as much as we can. We have Silvamon in here for if you have 3 or less security. She is a kamikaze hit. Sadly, that is all she's good for. Then we play Security Digimon to build our board if we have to. This is like a similar mid-range Megazoo, where we kind of just try to heal everything back and then keep options and Digimon that come out from the field back in there. So that's what we want to do. Again, we have Magna Angemon just for the play with Seraphmon, just so they both Digivolve and stuff like that. Shikuyamon is in here to prevent security issues. Again, Rookie Rush, again, preventive, or even Megazoo. Again, having him down there sometimes just enough to slow the game down to your winning pace. Then we have Puppetmon for gaining memory, and, you know, the Puppetmon plays. Next, we have Magna Dramon, because, again, if you have 3 or fewer securities, you know, security recovery. It's just really powerful. Let's talk about the new cards added in here. We have Kokaitis Breath, return one of your opponent's Digimon to its owner's hand. We play Positon Laser to bounce stuff, and if we have a blue Digimon, which we really only have 1, but again, we're here to make it so the attacks or blocks until the end of turn, or stop the attack. Positon Laser is just there, or Airdramon comes in. Again, I probably would just minus the yellow, because I'm not really caring too much. So yeah, this could definitely just become 3 Airdramons, and just the Kylomon just goes bye-bye. We have Holy Wave for triggering Recovery Plus. So if it gets revealed, you just instantly 1-for-1 trade it. Then we have 7 Heavens to remove threats of 10Ks. Then Lightning Paw for Rookie Rush issue. Just killing off 3 Digimon is just so important. Matt Ishida is if your opponent has no Digimon cards with evolution, gain 1 memory. Again, definitely good against Rookie Rush or other decks that just have to hard play something. Then you have TK just for the looking at the memory to swap around things and just hopefully get to the point where you need to be. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Sorry about all the yawning. I record these really late. And guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!